Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over how somebody actually recently just got their account hacked as well as Pokemon transferred, and we're going to discuss how you can protect your account and how there's special treatment for other people and for others not so much. And I'm going to be going over how I protect my account and what you can do to further make sure your account is always protected, and how you can never trust anybody with your stinking account, okay? So let's go ahead and go over this. This is going to be a brief summary. I do not know this person, and I have no this or that, but I did kind of look into it a little bit. I went to their, to their social media and stuff to see what, how much followers I have. So let's go ahead and see. So this is a summary by Grok, and let's see here. So Canadian Pokemongo streamer, Mother of Demons, loses a rare Pokemon in malicious hack. Again, this is a summary by Grok here. So she's level 75. Somebody did take her account, apparently, and they did transfer a Shundo Articuno, 200 Mewtwo's, and some other stuff, okay? So that's definitely really disheartening, and I could see that this would be the absolute worst, okay? Now, I do take major precautionary measures to make sure my account is always protected, and that is going to include changing the password very often, as well as two authentication always, okay? And these people out here are getting real clever by sending text messages by a particular carrier, or sending a link in an email to have you click on, and it screws you. So you got to really be smart nowadays. Don't be too hasty to click on random links that you're getting in your email. No, don't do it. Or get a VPN, or if you really need to make sure you're protected here. But even sometimes those are you can't. You click on something, you're in the link, you're screwed, right? So I don't know exactly how this did take place, but we will be going over this here. So essentially, again, this is always just a good example, because Fleece did get a similar situation like this, where his account was taken, people transferred things, and he was talking about it on social media. Niantic finally reached out, they got his account back, and then they restored his Pokemon, which is something that hasn't really been seen before in Pokemon Go. We knew that they couldn't do this. We knew they had the capabilities to make this happen, but they just choose to not. Now, I'm going to get into the reason why they're not going to continue to help people like they did to Fleece. First of all, Fleece is somebody who has a lot of clout. Oh, is he better than her? I mean, in a sense, as a human way. No, absolutely not. Well, they're the same. But the thing is, welcome to the real world, unfortunately, and this is not a dig to this person. This is just the way world works. He has clout, attention, and that's how you're able to get more people to notice it, to make action happen, especially if you're somebody notable within the community. Unfortunately, this is just the way the world works. This is why I like to reach out, and when I'm scrolling through Twitter and I just see a random person and they're like, I got banned, or I did nothing wrong. And again, we can't always take their word 100% for this, but I like to give some people the benefit of the doubt and give them a little bit of boost and help, and we make videos and cover it. And I see how many likes. There's like 4 likes. I'm like, forget, let's make a video. Hopefully this person is legit. And that's how other people can potentially get attention to their account, so that they can get whatever happened to them restored. So she had her stuff back. Her account was given back finally, but a lot of Pokemon have been deleted. She reached out to them, okay, and this email that they did send her seems like they had enough. Either the person that sent this email to her from Niantic was having a very bad day, or and again, I don't want to put any situation, I don't want to say she did this or did that, but I'm just hypothetically saying, or she sent a bunch of emails, which is probably the case, and they probably just got fed up at one point. And I could imagine you're a little frantic, right? You spent all this time, level 75, that's no joke, okay? Let's be honest. I know there's people up there at 77, 78. Look, these are the people who have this as their job, or they're some trust fund baby, or they can just sit around and play this all day, which is perfectly fine, But, what I'm trying to get at is it's no easy feat. There's a lot of time put into this, and having it stolen and ripped from you, especially if you make content, no matter if you have 1 million subscribers or 1,000, it's still very traumatic, and especially if you've been doing this for years, day in and day out, right? So The point is, you got to be very careful on who you give your information to. Don't give it to nobody. This is the biggest piece of advice I have to give you before we finish this video off here. Don't share your account with nobody. I'm not saying she did, but I'm just saying, let's just say you have a best friend. You two are inseparable. Nothing could ever stop you. You know, you've been best friends since forever. And you guys started playing Pokemon Go together, whatever. And years go on, and some sort of a fight, an argument happens, real big mess. And then guess what? They have your information in your account. Bam! They get a little bit revengey and get into your account and start doing all kinds of malicious things. And they had access to it the whole time, which therefore it's your fault. You got to also continuously change your passwords. I know I see a lot of people saying connected to the Pokemon Trainer Club, right? I don't personally use that. I'm not going to give you all the details on what I do, but you have to have that two-way authentication, okay? You know, those are usually pretty locked tight, okay? Can people break through those and hack your stuff? Yes, there's always a possibility for these things for them to eventually figure it out. If your password's 12345, okay, ABC 123, you're going to get figured out, all right? And you got to continuously change your passwords. So let's go ahead and see what they said, okay? Because this is just crazy, right? So this is going to be the email that they sent to her. Again, I personally think this person either was having a bad day, the person who wrote this email to her, or she was reaching out way too spammy. All right, so it says, "Hi trainer, thank you for sharing your feedback with us. No matter what you do here, you will be getting the same message." So for a response like that, I wouldn't say that's really unprofessional, but there's a level of unprofessionalism within that, okay? Because I know I sent emails out to people like these. All right, so as we cannot return the Pokemon that have been transferred to the professor, okay? Unfortunately, you're the account holder and you're responsible for keeping your account safe. I mean, we're happy we were able to get your account back. All right, so that gives me a lot of information right there. What I just read with that last couple of sentences is she has been reaching out continuously. They probably were constantly reaching back, periodically. They gave her some information. They wanted some information. They finally got her account back, which would be just a blessing as it is, just to get your account back, right? And then she got her account back, and then afterwards, she probably kept emailing saying, well, my Pokemon are gone. And I'm not mocking her or anybody who has this situation happen to them. I completely understand, but you have to realize this is why they're not going to restore your Pokemon, okay? Look, I know they did it for Fleece. We've already been over that. He's famous, okay? There's nothing else I can say. He's famous, and they hooked him up. If they keep on doing this and restoring Pokemon for everybody, okay, guess what's going to happen? They're going to get overrun, and then they're going to keep on having examples thrown at them. Well, you did it for this, or you did it for that, or him, or her, or her, or them, this, and it's just always going to continue to keep on going, and then they're going to get overrun. And I technically would say, it would be cool if they had a nice customer support system where they can see and get in there like a big corporation and just do see your account and like, okay, somebody did hack in, I see, and then they start okay, we got you. That's going to take a lot of money and resources to run a thing like that, even though I did say that we need something like that. And they do have the cash flow to do that. At the end of the day, you got to keep your information to yourself. If you get hacked randomly and it's just, you were doing nothing. You shared no information. You were to yourself, everything, right? And you just simply got hacked. That sucks. That does suck. That's just a very unlucky situation that you need to start locking down your two-way authentication, changing your passwords, and making sure that your older phones are not connected and I don't know where, leave them somewhere, right? Okay? So that's pretty much where we're at. She went over a lot of stuff. I mean, look, I'm not going to say anything about it. She was expressing herself, and I understand, okay? But we're not going to go over that. That was basically the gist. So at the end of the day, what I'm going to have to tell you is freaking don't give anybody your information, all right? If you're married to somebody and you're an elderly couple, I'm sure you'll be fine, okay? I'm talking about, the types, all right? You never know, maybe. You never know. Maybe your best friend, you never know. You got in a big fight, some sort of an argument, who knows, maybe some money things, and then all of a sudden, your account's gone. Better be careful, all right? So you know, it's at the end of the day, what is it? It's a video game, right? I've seen a lot of comments saying that it's just a video game. Everybody just relax. It is a video game. But when you start spending a lot of money, you've met a lot of people, and this becomes your like kind of daily routine, especially if you meet up with these people on a weekly basis. It's kind of a little bit more than a game. It's become like a community, and the vessel of this whole situation is Pokemon Go. But there's more than that in this boat, right? Sure, the game is the engine, right? And then all the other little things are the different little things that you like to do. So you can't just be too harsh on people and say, it's just a game. Sure, at its core, it's just a game, but we've built a community on this, and you can't just rip that away from people and expect them to just slip away into the void after they spend even thousands of dollars too. So anyways, folks, just a word of caution. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Food for thought, yeah? So if you want to make more money and keep the money that you make, better call Saul.